ginger peach. And I've got my Starbucks cup today. I got this at a garage sale. I like to go to garage sales. Never know what you're going to find at a garage sale. I've hit some pretty neat garage sales. And I found this, it's probably about 10, 12 years ago now. I've had it ever since. I used to bring it to work with me, so it's actually been longer than that. I think I got it for like 50 cents at a garage sale. It's one of the Starbucks cups, a Christmas cup from 2007. So anyways, it's got tea in it tonight, but I thought we'd do something a little different. I have this tune in double drop D. So I want to talk to you a little bit about double drop D and just show you a little bit of what you can do. I'm only going to touch what you can do in double drop D. There is so many different ways you could go with it, but it's got such a deep, beautiful sound to it. And what I'm going to show you is actually, I think, it's doable for anybody. So I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. And you don't have to finger pick if you're not comfortable with that. You can strum what I'm going to do. So if it comes down to, just using your regular flat pick, you can do that with this. Let me take this off. So I'm not sure exactly which way I'm going to go with it, but that's what we're going to learn today. And it's a really neat kind of little thing because you can do that. We're going to learn a little bit about that. Now, don't hang up on me yet. Just hold on, because I'm going to try to keep it broke. I'm going to break it down as simple as possible, and I'll try to stay away from anything that would get confusing. We're just going to keep it simple, okay? And then you can take it, and if you're a more advanced player, take it and run with it and add to it, and let me know what you find in it. Maybe you find something you can share with me. I love to hear what other people are doing. It would be better if we could just sit down together and play, and you could say, hey, this is what I do. I would love that so much. Anyways, but we're doing this, so it's just that I don't like a one-way conversation. But at least we can do the little chat. So write me, tell me about it. Okay, so here we go. So basically, first thing you have to do is get your guitar into double drop D. Now you've heard of drop D, and it's not drop dead, it's drop D. And basically, because you have 6 strings on your guitar, and the 6th string is an E, and the 1st string's an E. So if you take those E strings, the high E and the low E, and you drop it down 2 half steps or a full step, you're going to be changing that to a D, right? Okay. So if it's an E and you bring it down to D, that is going to be double drop Ds. Okay. So I want you to use a reference on your guitar to do this. The 4th string, I'm counting this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th string right here, that's a D. Okay. So just play that note and then play your high string, and it'll sound like this. It'll be up here, okay? So it's a little flat, but anyways, you'll get the idea. You'll hear that, and that's your reference. Okay, so just change that string till it sounds the same. Just an octave up. Got that? Okay. And now do the same thing for the low string. Almost missed the strings. So play play that 4th string, and then play this low one, bring it down till it gets into place, okay? And so once you do that, you're in double drop D. So when we play chords, you have to think about the fact that you've now displaced this by a full step on the high and the low. So that means if you were to play a G chord, for instance, it's not going to sound right because the strings that should be playing G, right, it would be this one and this one, are not playing G. Okay, exactly. So the first chord I want to show you, because we're going to try to keep this as simple as possible, and I'm using a pick. It does sound really good if you use a thumb pick. But we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to use a flat pick so that you can learn these chords. All right. So we all know how to do the D chord, right? And when you're tuned normal, you play D like this, right? Go. Okay. Except with this particular situation, because that string is D, and you're playing a D chord, you don't want to put a finger down on it. You want to leave it open so that you get that really deep sound. So you're playing your D shape, lifting your middle finger. Got that? So give it a try. It's just a great sound. Sounds really good with a hammer on, like I just did. What is a hammer on? Well, make that shape, right? And what you do is lift up your pointer finger, and when you strike it, just bring that finger back down where it's supposed to go. So it's strike and then play it. Hear it? Except it has to be done closer to it so that you can get some strength out of it. Okay, so that's how we're going to play the D chord. At least in that position, that's how we're going to play the D chord, okay? But I want to show you another D chord, okay? Well, let me back up. Let me show you an A chord first. Because the A chord was here, remember the A? And normally with A chords, you'd have an open E, and now it's D. So what we have to do is bring it back up to E by playing at the 2nd fret with that A chord. So an easy way to do it is just bar it. And you have A again. Right? Because think about it. You had brought your tuning down 2 half steps. So in order to get it back up to E, just bring it back up with, you bring your fingering up to 2 half steps. Okay? There it is, that's A. So the nice thing about knowing that this is A is that if you slide that up, okay, slide that up from A to B, that would be 2 half steps, right? A to B. So if this is A, this would be B. And then if you want to go to C, B to C is a half step. Remember when you do the scales, it's A to B is 2 half steps. B to C is 1 half step. And as you go up, E to F is 1 half step. So B to C and E to F. You have to remember those, because if you're moving up, if you get to B to C, you only go up on half, you move up half of or 1 fret instead of 2. And if you get to E to F, you're only going to move up 1 fret instead of 2. But everything else is going to be 2 frets, okay? So if this is A, then this is B. B to C is 1 fret. C to D is 2 frets. D to E is 2 frets. That's E. E to F, to go to F, 1 fret. There's F. So now you know a whole bunch of chords. So you got all kinds of chords there because you've got A, I did that wrong. A, B, that's right, I did it right. C, D, that's why I did it wrong. So C and D. C is your fifth, D is your seventh. Okay? So now that I told you that, I just told you where the next D was. Okay, so we've got D here, right? Well, another D would be at the 7th fret, playing the shape that you used for the A. Okay? And if you work all the way up and go up to the 12th fret, well, that's just so happens if you worked it out, it comes back to G. It's G. Okay? So the ones that I want you to remember for what we're going to do today would be the D, and then this D, and then this G. Okay, the 12th fret. So I want you to remember this D, the 7th fret, and the 12th fret. Okay, you got those? All right, now we're going to add another one to it. So, before we brought the string down, okay, we could play the F shape here at the 8th fret, and it was C. So it still stands that you can play C if you will take your pinky finger and put it on the 10th fret on the first string with that same shape. Instead of the F shape, just take your pinky finger, put it on the 10th fret, and that will be C. See it? So this shape here is the F major 7th, really. You just bring it up here so that your pointer finger is now at the 8th fret, and then take your pinky finger and you can put it down at the 10th fret on the first string, and you've got C. Okay? All right. So we've got D, C. Okay? So those two, that's another one I want you to remember. So we've got D, C. You notice I'm not even putting my pinky finger down. You don't have to. You can, or you can leave it open. It sounds good both ways. What I want you to do is use that A shape that we had down here. Remember, barring all those strings, just slide that up to the 12th fret, and there's your G. Okay, so now what do we have? We have this. Those are the chords I want you to remember. We got the first one is that beautiful open D. It's the D shape, but you're lifting your middle finger. The second one is just bar at the 7th fret. Those 4 strings, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can play them all. They all sound good together, but you're only barring those first 4. next part of it gets a little more involved in that I want you to go from an E minor, the E minor shape, but do not play. If you hit it, it's okay, but try not to play the low D string here. Just play that E minor. Okay, and then we're going to go to a G. Now remember, if we make the G the way we normally make a G, it won't sound right. So what you have to do is you got to make up for those two frets that you're missing by taking your ring finger, putting it on the low D string now at the fifth fret, and then take your pointer finger and put it on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and you got a G. I'm just doing it simple right now. I'm going to show you something else that goes with that. Well, there's a lot of things you could do with that, but let's just play that part through first, okay? So let's start with our D. I want to show you that you can use as a bass to do a number of things with double drop D. And there's so many other chords besides this, but I'm just showing you a few so you can see the possibilities. If you've never played in double drop D before, there's so much you can do with it because it just sounds so awesome. Basically, just start out by learning the chords. D, that D, C, G, E minor, G. What I do there is just play the notes and do a pull off. Pull off, you're playing the note and you do just that, you pull it off. You're playing the note by plucking the finger up here, the string. Okay, you know, it's interesting. I was watching someone one time and they were saying that you should be able to play a tune without using your right hand by doing hammer-ons and pull-offs. Hammer-on. And I noticed with the hammer-on, your middle finger and your ring finger are probably the strongest at that. And this is the hammer-on, that's the pull-off. All right, well, we're going to end it right there. And I hope I gave you enough that you can play around with it, find some things in this. Now, don't forget, next Tuesday, we are going to have the live. It's going to happen again. It'll be 6 p.m. It'll be California time. And I still haven't put the announcement out yet, but I'll try to get it out tomorrow. And then I think that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. And, well, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.